Hari Om. The Bhagavadgita Conceals. Now, man is the highest ideal that exists in the entire creation of God, and it is only in the human life that man can know the absolute. Man has got the extraordinary qualities. Only man can understand anything. Basing on this, all the scriptures or the books or the scientific inventions or the discoveries or the self-introspection, the psychology, the philosophies, all these are for men, not for animals. When such is the state, what must man do? How can man become great? Or how can man live eternally? Which is not possible. Now the only way for a man to live eternally is, first of all, to cultivate humility, which is the virtue of a cultured man. First of all, we must know what is culture. So, knowledge without wisdom will be like water around us, but unfit to drink. In the same way, education without culture, without efficacy, without humility, without virtues, it's not considered as education at all. Because Swami Vivekananda, he said that education is the manifestation of the divinity that is already present in man. Then why is the divinity not seen by us? Just like the sun being enclosed with black clouds, the sun is not seen. Same thing happens to human beings also. Unaware. Human beings are unaware of the eternity or the divinity in them. The education what they learn, it must reach them to know the divinity. Otherwise the education is of no use at all. And one must learn to obey the ethics, the elders, the teachers, and abide by the Shastras, Vedas, scriptures, ethics, and above all the creation and the creator. One must have the trust, one must believe. Just going to a temple or reciting something doesn't make one worthy of a human being. One must live a life of like that. One must feel that in the innermost that he has come into the world to discharge his duties, and he is only a tool or an instrument in the hands of God, and he must endure his life to the last. Ultimately one can reach God with any of the 4 yogas according to his wish and convenience, interest, passion. One must surrender everything to the Lord and seek his refuge, keeping in mind that he is the savior of the man from the clutches of samsara. The Lord himself proclaimed and made Arjuna the representative of the entire mankind, promised that he would give salvation to all who trust him and also to all those who come to his refuge. So the Bhagavad Gita is a sacred book. Just as all paths lead to the same goal, whether the path is crooked or straight. So also, the paths, the various paths given in the Bhagavad Gita by the Lord Himself, for the ease of humanity. All the yogas in the divine celestial book will lead one to realize the Lord and reach His Padapadmam in the end. It is the ultimate goal of human life. One may enjoy the pleasures and experience the sorrows also. But the ultimate goal is this. No one born can live all his life for thousands of years. Those who are born, death is inevitable for anybody. And this is very important for anyone to be alive, be a living consciousness, despite their presence not in the world. The great personalities, maybe thousands and thousands of years back, they all have lived, they are living. So to live is not live with the breath or breathing, but to live a fulfilled, full-fledged life, contributing something for a noble cause, makes a person live even after his death. So this is very important. And the Bhagavad Gita says that. The Bhagavad Gita, the Karma Yoga, it says that without expecting anything in return, without anticipating anything in return, without being attached to the bondages, if one can do service, they have lived forever. Example, Shankaracharya, Swami Vivekananda, Nivedita, Sister Nivedita, Margaret Noble. So many people have sacrificed their lives. And instead of sacrifice, I would like to use the word contribute. They have contributed so much. If Shankaracharya had not contributed so much for the good of the humanity, we would have been in dark till today. We would not have known anything. So what all we are doing in daily recitations, in puja or other rituals, all those are the boons bestowed on this society by the great, outstanding, dynamic personality, Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya. And how we can be grateful for such people? Is there any way? Just by seeing them or once in a way, just thinking of them on that particular day on the Jayanti or something? Is it enough? No, it's not that. We must inculcate what they said. Inculcate their opinions in our daily life. It is for that reason they gave all this, they bestowed these boons to the valuable, the invaluable boons on this society. But what we are doing, we are simply just on the Jayanti we are trying to recollect them. Just put a garland and with that it's over. So just Bertrand Russell, what he said, on a Sunday we go to a church and say that love thy neighbor as thyself. And what about the other weekdays? On the other weekdays you don't see that. But here he is not, in Bhagavad Gita it's not told like that. The very nature itself you don't change just because someone changed. By the very nature, man is very good, very humble, very sweet natured. So why should you change? So you can remain without changing when you inculcate such the preachings or the teachings of such great personalities bring them into your daily life. Otherwise we cannot get anything. So the Bhagavad Gita, in this way, it's a practical book. Along with the other books which Jagat Guru Adi Shankaracharya he gave us. So for example, the Sadhana Panchakam of Shankaracharya. Simply by reading the slokas, it's of no use. The depth of the meanings must be inculcated in our daily lives. Even to the minimum, then we go to the maximum. First we must know. So, for the induction deduction method, as in mathematics. So, this I trust that this Bhagavad Gita will be inculcated in the daily lives as per the norms ordained by God, and everyone reach his Pada Padmam. Om Tat Sat.